Welcome to a fake world, y'all. And I am your host, Math Toucan, aka Daily Decodes 812. I don't like to make light of some of these serious stories that they give us on the world stage. But I am here to break them down regardless of the trending story. There's interesting patterns that I notice, and I just would like to share some of those. I've heard of this before. Is this like a comic? What do they call it? Like a comic strip or like a cartoon or something? Dilbert, cartoon creator, says he has the same prostate cancer as Joe Biden. And it says right here, Dilbert is an American comic strip. So what, like in a newspaper? Written and illustrated by Scott Adams, first published on April 16th, 1989. It is known for its uh, satire, satirical, blah, 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 like satire, office humor about a white collar, micromanaged office with engineer Dilbert as the title character. Interesting. Now I hear that this guy's involved in like some racist stories, and that's interesting how it says white collar right here. And this is illustrated by Scott Adams. You see Scott Adams right here. That's interesting how it says white collar, and he's he was trending for this, saying he's dying from the same kind of cancer as Biden, but also I think they're saying like racist comments as well. So I just thought that was interesting with the white collar description of Dilbert. Dilbert comic strip dropped after a racist rant. Do we get video of that on the fly? I don't know if we can hear this. I may have to edit this out. What kind of insurance do y'all have? Is this gonna trigger you to buy this certain insurance? Oh, we get the video. So we're gonna try to play this.
From the racist rant by the creator of one of the nation's top comic strips, newspapers across the country are dropping Dilbert, and Stephanie Ramos is here with more. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hi there, Rebecca. This isn't the first time Dilbert comic strip creator Scott Adams has made some controversial comments, but he is now experiencing possibly the biggest repercussion of his comments about race.
This morning, another newspaper is dropping the popular comic strip Dilbert after its creator was accused of going on a racist rant.
Dilbert's being canceled all over the country.
The Star Tribune in Minneapolis has joined the Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, and USA Today, no longer printing the cartoon, poking fun at office culture after creator Scott Adams revealed his interpretation of a poll from Rasmussen Reports.
If nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Wow.
Adams says he was only advising people to avoid hate and claims his quotes were taken out of context.
Do you think that I went on,
I don't know if that was taken out of context, but I'm here to show these connections. What's interesting is Joe Biden said, "You're not black if you don't vote for me." Okay? So you see the connection here? Now Now this guy says um, he's dying of this, or he's got the same cancer as Biden, right? Was it Charlemagne the God? What was the quote exactly? Something to the effect of, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me." Here, let's play that.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't.
Gosh, if you see that? So look at the connection, and I'm catching that on the fly. And I'm catching that on the fly. I hope I don't got to edit this out. I hope you can hear this. I might leave it if you don't hear it, just because I'm telling you what he's saying.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
You see that? And that's probably some AI stuff. And then we get these racist comments from Scott Adams.
According to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them.
You see that? So, and they also mentioned something about The Office, kind of like White House or, The Office, Oval Office.
Out from the racist rant by the creator of one of the nation's top comic strips, newspapers across the country are dropping Dilbert, and Stephanie Ramos is here with more.
You see that? So that's nice on the fly. You see right here? Office humor. And remember the show, The Office. Show, location, Scranton. And Joe Biden is born in Scranton. The show, The Office or whatever. You see that? Right. Boom. Though The Office is set in Scranton. You see that right there? And Joe Biden born in Scranton. You see that? I mean, this is what I do, man. This is what I do. So with all of that, we can get into the damn breakdown a little bit more. I'm really feeling it.
Some of you have already guessed, so this won't surprise you at all. But I have the same cancer that Joe Biden has. So I also have prostate cancer that has also spread to my bones. But I've had it longer than he's had it. Well, longer than he's admitted having it. So my life expectancy is maybe the summer. I expect to be checking out from this domain sometime this summer. Now,
well, I mean, that sucks. We don't want people to die, right? But it's interesting after those comments and all that. Ooh. Man, that's amazing how they connect these characters, because a lot of people have been rumored, a lot of decoders rumored, like, oh, is Biden going to pass? Who's going to pass? That's interesting. You see the connection between the characters. Will it be this one? Or will it be Biden? I hate to say that it might be this one.
One of the most inspirational people to me over the last 10 years has been Scott Adams. Scott Adams really started, just creeping up in popularity in the 2015-2016 election of your boy Donald Trump. And he was one of the people covering it positively. And
so he's connected with Trump as well. They said he's speaking on Donald Trump or whatever. And remember the Biden breakdown with this same cancer story that was all connected to Trump as well. So just a little taste of what you're in for with this breakdown currently.
And he got in a lot of trouble and got blacklisted and the like. When he said,
they say he got blacklisted, and then a white collar comic strip, racism. We have a Salt and Peppa trending story right now that I'm working on. Salt and Peppa, come on.
A storied career in cartooning and the arts, and it's something, again, this is why we're talking about this on the comic channel. He's really just done so much and been such a big influence to so many that it's just an amazing thing. And in an NBA, from California, Berkeley, where I went as well. And he actually lives about 15 minutes from me. I've never met.
All right, so we're not going to listen to this whole thing. Okay, so all of that was on the fly, and I have the receipts with this connection. Dilbert cartoon creator says he has the same prostate cancer as Joe Biden. Look at this by the numbers. Dilbert, 34 and 47. Democrat, that's Biden, 34 and 47. Adams is his last name. 34 like Dilbert, 34 like Democrat. Look at, if you didn't know, 47, this is a huge political number. DC, government, president, White House. Democrats got the 47, as I stated with Dilbert here. And there's plenty more, right? Republican, Trump, 47, Agent 47. Well documented, right? Scott Raymond Adams is the full name. 205 in ordinal, that's like 25. Even Scott Adams, 25. White House, 52. President, 52. Government, 52. You know, Trump also equals 25, as he's the president in the year 25. So I forgot to put that in there. So, and again, Trump 47, Trump equals 25. Obviously, you see the connections with Biden here. Now, this hit in the Biden breakdown as well. Why is the character's head shaped like that? But we hit this in the Biden breakdown. Look, cancer equals 26. They're saying same cancer here. And said Monday that he is diagnosed with the same aggressive prostate cancer as former President Biden. Cancer 26, look at this. Monday, 2 weeks and 6 days before his birthday. Look at that right there. It's all by the numbers. And this 2662 has been hitting in a lot of breakdowns lately. Remember the Diddy case kicked off? Was it I think it was 26 weeks after his birthday or before his birthday, I can't remember. And Cassie is born on the 26th day of August. Shannon Sharp with his SA allegations. Shannon Sharp's also born on the 26th of his birth month. Right? This 26 has just been popping, and it hits once again. Cancer 26. Remember Joseph equals 26 like Biden? I think that might be upcoming. I may have spilt the beans on that. But 2 weeks, 6 days, this announcement before his June 8th birthday. And that's the Kanye West birthday as well. Remember, Kanye West is connected with politics. There's always rumors that he's going to run for president. And Kanye West is connected with a lot of these like racist comments as well, even though he's black, right? But still, remember Kanye said slavery didn't exist or whatever? Kanye West said 400 years of slavery was a choice. Remember that? And you'll see him, didn't he have like the KKK mask on? So look at how that connects. They'll be saying Trump is racist. You know what I'm saying? Look at the connection. This guy's got the Kanye West birthday, and that's on the fly as well. Ooh, and this 68, I think Donald John Trump or Donald J. Trump equals 68. Donald J. Trump, 68. Look at this. I'm not even trying to like do all of this, damn it. But you see, he's got the same birthday as Kanye West. Damn. See how that works? And Chris Brown trending recently. He had for he got like arrested or whatever, or he was in court for a prior beating of some music producer. He had a tour that was supposed to start on June 8th, and he's trending. You see, trending. It looks like he's freed ahead of his tour. But they said, look, his tour June 8th. So look at that date hit again here. Dilbert even has D like Donald, man. And you see Joseph 26. Look at this guy's upcoming birthday. Same cancer as Biden. Upcoming birthday, look. Leaves 206 days in the year like 26. He announces he has this cancer May 19th, the day leaving 226 days in the year. Look at that. 226 like 26. 206 like 26. Same cancer as Biden. Joseph equals 26. Again, cancer 26. He says Monday he's diagnosed with the same cancer as Biden 2 weeks, 6 days before his birthday. Come on. Don't forget, even Kansas City Chiefs, they keep hitting in the Super Bowl, right? Even though they lost the last one. Commander-in-Chiefs, right? Like commander-in-chief, like a president. Kansas City Chiefs equals 260 like 26. There was more 26s with the Diddy as well. I think it was P. Diddy maybe that equaled 226, something like that. Or there's a couple other connections with the Diddy case. But this 26 number keeps hitting. Now, prostate cancer 59 in reduction. You see that right there? Upcoming birthday 59 date numerology. Upcoming birthday the 159th day of the year. So 59, 59, 59. He's almost born in 59, excuse me. Pretty close right there. And this is a cartoonist. I don't think I put that in the Gematrinator calculator, but let me just go do that on the fly real quick. Obviously, 26s, anything similar to 26 would be huge. Well, there's his birthday, the 8th day of the 6th month with cartoon. Right off the rip, ABC 123 Cypher. Donald J. Trump, 68. This guy and Kanye West, both their birthdays. Both characters connected to these other characters we speak of here. That connects with dude's birthday, the 8th day of the 6th month. You see how easy that is? Cartoons got 103 like politics and 40. You see that? BS, which is politics. There's that 103 again. You see how that works? Right? That's exactly how that works. Cartoonist has 64. Right there. And 44. Joe Biden equals 44 and 64. You see that? Pennsylvania, where Biden's from, 64. Remember Scranton, Pennsylvania with the show The Office? You know, like Oval Office. And remember Dilbert, they're referring to as Office satire. I don't see it right there, but we saw it earlier. You see how that works? Man, it's a fake world. It's a fake world, man. Check this out. Okay? And remember, you can go check the Biden breakdown. Trump connected there. Same story here with this character. Biden, you know, you ain't black if you voted for Donald Trump. Check this out. Does Biden have a long hair coming off of his nose right there? Are these guys just wearing masks? Look at this. Scott Adams, that's his freaking name, isn't it? Scott Adams American cartoonist who captured the malaise, is that how you say that? Of the modern workplace in his comic strip Dilbert. Trump's birthday or Biden's birthday 165 days after Scott Adams, and Trump's upcoming birthday, the 165th day of the year. Look at that. Look at that. You see it? It's a fake world. That's what I started off. Thumbnail hits heavy, doesn't it? Okay? So, they said that those papers or whatever booted this comic strip. Okay? And then, we had those racist comments, and they refer to those comments immediately in our article. Okay? And you see how this guy's connected with Biden by the prostate cancer, right? Wow. What do you think about that decode? The thing about these decodes is you can't recapture this energy. Okay? You can't recapture this energy. So, like, you'll hear me maybe check my mic as I'm going. Could you imagine, like, the mic is off and then having to do that again? It's defeating, right? But I want to know, and this guy kind of looks like Dr. Drew, doesn't he? Dilbert D, doesn't he? Looks like Dr. Drew there. Remember in Adam Carolla Love Line? I have to look at Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew like Dr. Dre, isn't the fake world? Dude looks like Dr. Drew. He really does. I don't see anything off the rip here. But God. Ooh, Dr. Drew and like a cancer. A doctor would let you know if you had cancer, right? That's kind of interesting. That's semi-interesting there. Look at his spouse, Susan, Dr. Drew. And y'all do what you can to be happy out there, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's heating up now. I'm out here in Arizona, right? Temperature in Mesa, Arizona. Look, we're rocking with 100 degrees today, and it's only going to get hotter. Okay? Let me know how hot it is where y'all are at. But, we got to cover a lot of negative topics. Sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it's kind of a bummer, kind of a downer. We just have to be thankful for what we have in this fake world that we're just born into. Later on in life, we realize, oh man, we've been duped. We've been deceived. Okay? So, I guess we got to try not to take things too serious. I know it's hard. Trust me, it's hard, battling to kind of stay away from some of these substances that are purposely put there to get us caught up. And, further kind of control our emotions. So I guess that's kind of my rant to go along with this breakdown. So yeah, do what you got to do daily to kind of balance things in life. It could be worse, it could be better. What's a good way to cope with a lot of this, to be honest? A little bit of exercise, walks. I've been doing like just a lot of jumping jacks lately. They may exercising, working out may make you feel sore, but it's a good feeling and it does help. So anyways, with all of that being said, they say this character has the same cancer as Biden, but I mean, a lot of those connections I showed are undeniable. Okay. So is it true? Is there something like some kind of magic making this happen? Is there some kind of entity or some kind of group controlling things? controlling hospitals, doctors, uh, and such, who are maybe influencing or causing these things to happen by the numbers. What's going on here? Okay, so they have kind of like a racist thing going on here as well. I showed you how that syncs up with Biden and Trump also. So yeah, that's going to be the breakdown. Dilbert, cartoon creator, says he has same prostate cancer as Joe Biden. There's always more, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Okay? Until next time.